forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey guys, I'm coming today to do the My First Time tag. Pretty much I have 22 questions. I'm going to read them and I'm going to answer them. So stay tuned and get to know a little bit more about me. Number 1. What was your first tweet? My first tweet on Twitter, I believe, was Hello World. So that's number 1. What was my first tweet? Hello World. Number 2. What was your first video? My first video was my Shop Miss A haul. I had went and spent $100 on some stuff from Shop Miss A, did a video, and showed you guys what I got. So that was my first video here on YouTube. Number 3. Who did you subscribe to first on YouTube? The first YouTuber that I subscribed to was Miss Creative Diva. I follow her on Facebook and I always loved her work. She was just always so beautiful in her pictures. So I decided to start a YouTube and follow her on there. So that was my first YouTuber that I subscribed to. Number 4. What was your first Facebook profile pic? Oh my gosh, I look crazy in that pic. I'm gonna insert it here or here. Somewhere on the screen, I'm going to insert my first Facebook picture. Number 5. Do you still talk to your first love? No, I do not still talk to my first love. No. Number 6. What was your first alcoholic drink? Wow. My first alcoholic drink was actually from my dad at a family function. My father is West Indian, so you know how it is at our parties. Even at a baby shower or a christening or a little kids party, it's always a ton of liquor and food. So he gave me a little sippy sip. That was my first alcoholic drink. I believe it was Cremas. It's like a milky kind of drink that you make with Barbancourt rum. It tastes kind of like coquito, and it tastes a little bit like that coconut cream drink. But yeah, that was my first alcoholic drink. Number 7. What was your first job? My first job was babysitting. I used to babysit 2 little boys. Actually, me and her are very close now. We're almost like sisters. I did that for a while, actually. So, babysitting is my first job. Number 8. What was your first car? My first car was a Ford Explorer. That was my first car. I had that for a little while. Then I got a Mercury Sable, and that was my first car. I'd say the Ford Explorer was like my first real car, like actually having my own car. But that Mercury Sable was like my first real car because I had it for years, and that was my baby. Number 9. Who was the first person to text you today? The first person to text me today was, let's see, Quincy, my homegirl from Delaware, my sister from another mister. I love her. She has a channel here on YouTube also. I'll leave the link down in the description box. But Quincy, she was the first person to text me today. Number 10. Who did you think of first today? Actually, the first person I thought about today was my dad, because it's Memorial Day this weekend and we're supposed to go up to Philly to see him and maybe do a little cookout or something. So he's actually the first person that I thought about today, because I had to remind myself to call him and see if I need to bring anything for this weekend. Number 11. Who was your first grade teacher? To be honest, I cannot remember who my first grade teacher was. I moved around a lot when I was younger, so I really have no clue who was my first grade teacher. That's crazy, but I'm keeping it real. I really do not know. Number 12. Where did you go on your first plane ride? My first plane ride, I was coming back to New York from Arizona with my aunt. We went there for a vacation. We went to Arizona, New Mexico. We seen the Grand Canyon, the Pueblos, a whole bunch of different sites down there. But yeah, that was my first plane ride. Number 13. Who was your first best friend and do you guys still talk? My first real best friend, her name was Shantae. We were friends when I was in elementary school in Queens. And no, I haven't spoken to her in years. I wonder how she is. I wonder what her life is like, what she's up to. If you see this, Shantae, email me so we can talk. I miss you, girl. Number 14. What was the first thing you did today? The first thing I did today was grab my phone and check my text messages. I know that's kind of crazy, but that's what I did. Number 15. What was your first piercing? My first piercing was my ears, but my first real piercing that I guess is out of the ordinary would be my tongue. I've had this tongue ring for at least 10 years, so that was my first piercing. Number 16. What was the first foreign country you've been to? The first foreign country I've been to is Jamaica. I went there with hubby. We had a great time. It was a great vacation. The people there are so nice. I had such a great time. I can't wait to go away sometime soon. I need a vacation. I need to get away. I need to see the world. I need a lot. Number 17. What is the first movie you remember watching? The first movie I remember watching may sound crazy, but it's Gone with the Wind. I seen that when I was really young, and for some reason, the part where the horse died just tore me up. And I was crying and stuff, and it's crazy because I can remember me just being so upset about that horse dying. So that was my first movie that I can remember when I was really young, and that's Gone with the Wind. Number 18. When was your first detention? Okay, my first detention was in high school. I went to high school for a year down south in Maryland. And I got detention because I was smoking in the bathroom with the cool kids. I guess a little peer pressure or whatnot. And they caught me. And they were going to call my granddad and tell him. But instead, they just gave me detention for 2 days. Number 19. Who was your first roommate? I've never had a roommate. The only time I've lived with someone else is pretty much hubby or my sister. So I've never had a roommate. Number 20. If you had one wish, what would it be? If I had one wish, I just wish that everyone in the world could just be happy and live their lives carefree and just enjoy themselves. And as long as it didn't hurt anyone else, I just wish everyone happiness and for their dreams to come true and to live their lives. Live your life for you and no one else. Number 21. What is the first thing you do when you get home? Honestly, the first thing I do when I get home is take my shoes and my bra off. Probably all my clothes. I am usually naked when I'm home. As long as no one's home, no one's here visiting or something like that. If it's just me and hubby, I am naked. So the first thing I always do when I get home is take off all my clothes. Now here's the last question, guys. Number 22. When was your first kiss? My first kiss was actually in the 8th grade. It was this guy that I used to like. And one day, we went to some staircases in the school. And we was making out. It was crazy. I was like a little fast-ass little girl. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I was kind of fast when I was younger, huh? Cutting class. Up in the staircase, kissing boys. You guys, don't do that. Don't do what I did. Go to class. Don't be in the staircase kissing boys. So yeah, that was my first kiss. It was, I would say that was the 7th grade. And the guy I kissed for the first time, his name was Barry. Hey, Barry. So that was my video, the my first time tag. I hope you guys liked it. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment below, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye.